How are you today? It's Monday, March the 14th. Okay, I almost forgot what day it was, but it is Monday, March the 14th. We're halfway through March. I was thinking last night that we're almost through the first quarter of the year. And so it's time for me and you both, all of us, to start thinking about, what have we gotten done this first quarter of the year. I feel like in places I have totally spun my wheels, but sometimes accomplishment is not measured in activity. We'll talk about that another day. It's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to ask you if believing the truth makes it any truer, or in reverse, does not believing the truth make it false? I'm going to unequivocally, that was a difficult word, tell you that you don't have to believe the truth for it to be true, just like you don't have to believe a principle for it to be true. So let me first give you the definition of truth. It is a body of real things, events, facts, etc. So it's a fact. So let me kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. It is a fact that right now, both poles, North and South Pole, are covered with snow. It's a truth. That's it's a fact. It's truth. I don't have to see it. I don't have to feel it or experience it for it to be true. It is still true. So we don't have to feel something. We don't have to see it with our own eyes. We can see pictures, but that's not seeing the real thing. And we don't have to experience it for it to be true. A lot of times we think that in our lives. We have to see it. We have to experience it. We have to feel it, or it's not true. And that's where we get jammed up a lot of times in our thought process and in accomplishing things in our lives. So I guess how I started this today might have been appropriate. I don't know. But I liken truth a lot of times to principles. There's a little bit of a difference. A principle is a truth that you live your life by. But principles are also, I look at them as laws a lot of times. They're kind of like God's laws. The gravity is a law, but it's also a principle. If you go to jump off a cliff, you're going to find that real quick. But back to truth. So they're similar in a way. Principles and truths are similar in a way. The fact that you don't have to believe in a principle for it to be true. Go walk off a cliff. Again, you'll find out real quick that gravity, the principle and the law of gravity are in fact real. It's the same thing with truths. And I want to share some truths with you today that I believe a lot of times we don't believe. I've actually been thinking about this, and I'm probably going to write my next blog post for our women's ministry at church on this. But that's for another day. But I'll probably share that blog post on my website, because I really think it's something we need to. There's some truths around who we are and whose we are that we really need to grab hold of. But today I want to talk to you about 3 truths that I believe. Just because I believe them don't make them true, but I've seen them over and over and over again in your life, in my life, in the lives of many people. And when we get these ingrained into our heart and we start to believe them, again, you don't have to believe them. You don't have to see them. You don't have to experience them for them to be true. That's not what makes it true. It's true because it's true. It's a fact. It's an event. It's real. It's a real tangible thing. Now, this is more of a fact. This is not a tangible thing, what I'm going to be talking about. You can't touch it. But the first truth I want you to grab a hold of, and I want you to realize, is that we are all called for a purpose. We are all put here on this earth for a purpose. Each and every one of us. You don't escape that truth. God has a purpose for you. You were put here for a purpose. There was a reason you were born. There was a reason you were placed on this earth. There's a reason that you've gone through the things you've gone through in life. You learn and you grow through those, and you can walk out your purpose better. But we are all here for a purpose. You can't escape it. It's a truth. The next thing that I want you to realize, and sometimes when we think that we're called to a purpose, it scares us, because we think, how are we going to walk it out? Especially when we figure out our purpose and we're like, I don't feel equipped for that. I don't feel equipped to walk in that purpose. I had someone tell me the other day, when I was talking with her about what I see for her. And she basically came back with that she felt basically that what I'm saying, she had to be some kind of counselor. And I didn't dispute that. I should have, but I didn't, because she's got to find it for herself. She just has to. But that's what we do a lot of times. We push back on our purpose because we don't feel we're equipped for it. You are equipped. You're equipped for everything. Number one, God equips you. If he gives you something to do, he equips you to do it. It's just, that's fact. It is so, that is so much truth that I'm trying to tell you right now. If he's told you this is your purpose, he's equipped you to do it. Will it be easy? Probably not. It's another truth. It's just not going to be. Will there be days you wake up and you don't want to? Yep, it's going to happen. It's just a fact. That's just another part of the truth of this. It's not going to be easy all the time. There will be times eventually where you'll get into your walk and you'll be walking well and you'll be doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it will feel easier. It'll feel like a good fit, if you know what I mean. But he's equipped you for that. And most of us are equipped through the experiences that we go through in life. I'm equipped to do what I'm doing right now through my experiences. I'm equipped to write a book on leadership, which I'm doing through my experiences of leadership. Was I always a good leader? No, indeed, I was not. Did I strive to be? Yes, I did. Did I learn a lot? Yes. And that's the whole point. Sometimes the equipping is not in, most of the time, the equipping is not in a degree, something that some training you've learned. Those come alongside and they help sometimes. Sometimes they hinder. But the equipping is normally what you've learned in your day-to-day life, walking out your life and walking towards your purpose. Even if you don't know what it is at that point, you're still walking towards it. God is putting things into your life to strengthen you in certain areas so that you can strengthen others. Okay. And the last thing is that our purpose is unique to us. Now, I know I'm going to get pushback on this, but what I want you to understand is this. Yeah, there are other people doing exactly what I'm doing. There are other people doing exactly what, if you know your purpose, there are other people doing exactly what you feel your purpose is. The thing is, they're not you. They haven't lived your experiences. They haven't walked your walk. Yes, they may be doing the same thing you're doing, but they're doing it through the lens of their life, not your life. And that's the whole thing. So we're called to a purpose. When you're born, there's a purpose that God has for you. And I know you can say, well, what about children that don't live out their full lives? Their life was a purpose for someone else. I'm just telling you that God has a purpose for each and every one of us. And so you're given that purpose. And then through the hardships and the trials and even the victories, the good things that happen in our life, that's our equipping to walk out our purpose. And then the last thing is that we're going to walk out our purpose in a unique way. God has put a purpose in you that is different from anybody else, not because what you're going to be doing may be different. We have missionaries all over this world. That's their purpose. We have pastors in churches all over this country, all over the world. That's their purpose. But only they can carry it out in their unique way. Only they can live their truth. And that's a lot of times where we get tripped up. We get, one of two things happens on this one, I believe. We either, number one, feel, well, why should I do it? Someone else is doing it. I can see Thorny. Why should I do it? Someone else is doing it. Okay, so we feel like it's not our purpose, it's someone else's, and let them walk it out. I'm not going to. We feel inadequate because we see how well they're doing in walking out their purpose. Don't ever compare yourself. Comparison is an enemy. It's the stealer of your joy. Do not compare yourself. And the third thing is we try to emulate what they're doing. Okay? Don't do that. No, don't. You are called uniquely. It doesn't matter if someone else is doing it. It doesn't matter how effective they are. And it doesn't matter how they're doing it. You're called to walk out your purpose in your unique way, in your unique manner. God put those experiences in your life. God put those people in your life. God put all of that in your life for you to grow from. And that's your choice. You can grow from it, or you can wither up and go hide and hole from it, and you'll never discover your purpose. You'll live a very, very sad life. I know I'm being kind of blunt on a Monday, and I'm so sorry, guys. I really am. Sorry, not sorry. If this is a wake up call you need, so be it. Shake you by the shoulders and say, wake up. It's time to walk out your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, if you know it, but you don't know how to walk it out, join me in my Facebook group. Right now it's called the Unstoppable Woman Project. Later today, I'll be changing the name of it. The link won't change. The link is in this video, the description of this video. Please join us. I'd love to have you there. You'll find so much good training in the guides. There's actually a training on how to find your purpose. I have a deeper training on that, but there's a training in the guides where you can kind of scratch the surface of finding your purpose. But I just want you to know that, again, three things. You're called to a purpose. We all are. You're equipped for that purpose, and that purpose is unique to you. Okay, remember those three things. If you need help with your purpose, join my Facebook group. I'd love to have you there. It's a free group. It's a community of women who are looking for their purpose, who maybe some of them have found their purpose and they're walking it out. But it's a community of encouragement and a community of help. I'd love to see you there. I'm going to hop off of here. I love you. I'm sorry if today's word was a little hard. Again, sorry, not sorry. Sometimes we need shaking. Sometimes we need to be shook up. But I love you. More importantly, God loves you. You have a blessed day.